In this video, I'm going to show you how you can go from a 4-thread stitch to a 3-thread overlock. I'm going to open up the doors to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing, and I'm going to move my moving knife out of the way. The 3-thread stitch is going to keep the right needle in, but remove the left needle. I find it's easiest to do that if the machine is still threaded. I'm going to loosen my set screw for my left needle, and then you'll see that it's going to drop. Might not be a bad idea to grab it with your tweezers, and then while pulling down, you can tip the needle over to the left-hand side, and from here, you can cut that thread. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up here and cut my thread at the top, and then raising the presser foot on the machine, I'm going to grasp that thread end and pull it out towards me. Take your Allen wrench and tighten that set screw so that it doesn't jiggle out of the machine. I'm going to move my knife back into position. Lower my presser foot. Now let's run a piece of fabric through the machine. And take a look at the stitch. The stitch looks great on the front, but on the back, it looks as though I've got some looping here, which is attributable to the needle tension. Let's increase that and try to run the piece of fabric through again. That looks a lot better here. Now what I'm seeing is that my upper looper thread is being pulled to the back. So I'm going to reduce the tension just a tiny bit and run a piece of fabric through again. One note is that you only want to make one adjustment at a time and then assess the stitch before you make another adjustment. My next adjustment that I'm going to make is I'm going to reduce the amount of tension here on my lower looper. And let's run another piece of fabric through. Okay, these stitches now look like what I want them to do. I hope by watching me make an adjustment one at a time to either the loopers or the needle that you start to develop some confidence in discerning what's going on with your machine. Your instruction manual does a very good job in showing you what each one of those stitches do and the part that they play in making the stitch. Every time that you're stitching with an overlock machine, it's really like a tug of war. And so what you want to do is make sure that your looper threads are meeting on the side of your fabric, just like these stitches are. They're resting on top of the fabric. And so if you notice that your upper looper thread is being pulled to the back, that means that it's doing this. So it's either a matter of tightening this tension or loosening this tension so it can meet. This 3-thread narrow overlock stitch is the perfect stitch to turn to when you want to reduce the number of thread cones that you're using, or if you want a stitch that has more stretch built into it. There's many more videos on this channel to find out more about your American home.